I'm going to start off by asking you about the timeline for second doses. And if you could explain why people who received their first dose of vaccine in the Vancouver Coastal Health Region are now being told to make sure they're registered if they book their first appointment by phone before April 6th, and what outreach is being done to ensure that they get their second dose before that 4-month mark.
Yeah, so as you know, we increase the dose interval, and at that to make sure that the strategy is to make sure we can get as many people as possible with their first dose as quickly as possible. And as in a time of limited vaccine supply, that was our most efficient way of getting community protection as quickly as possible. And many people are now coming up to that 4-month period, and what we have done is loaded the information about those people into our provincial system. So we've always had a provincial immunization registry. This is something that I fussed about quite a bit, so that we know every single dose of what vaccine went into whose arm. So we know who has Moderna, who had Pfizer, who got AstraZeneca. But our registration system has names but not contact information necessarily. So we are doing outreach to, it is a lot of people in long-term care and in many of the First Nations communities that had immunization by community. You will be contacted by your community. We're going back into long-term care homes and providing second doses for those who have not yet had them. Those things have started now as we've reached that point where many people are at, we've started it at 13 weeks versus 16 weeks to make sure that we can get those second doses prior to 16 weeks. And healthcare workers were first in line, older people were first in line, and so we'll be reaching out to them and have been over the last little while. You can see that the numbers of people with second doses is starting to increase, and starting next week that will go up in much larger increments as we reach that period of time where we started to get more vaccine at the end of February. So yes, those are happening. If you were somebody who got your dose, the most efficient way to get your second dose is to register now at Get Vaccinated, and that will make sure that you get your notification soon.